where did you find those characteristics were sort of more positively received?
I think it's in two instances, raising capital and in front of customers. We were selling to the enterprise, so I'll take the customers first. We were selling enterprise. So you've got to go in there and rather than being apologetic and meek and British, you've got to be there. Hey, American side of you has to come through because Americans love innovation. They love supporting, small organizations because they can associate their professional development and career to backing you early. And also what they're looking to do is really get kind of, one up and ladders up on their professional journey. So they're very excited to do that. So you've got to go in there confident, bold, and really kind of, live and breathe your passion, which is your company. Because the reason why I say, develop an American character is you've got to understand what you're going up against, which is, thousands of American entrepreneurs that have been selling themselves from day one. Because if you think about America, and I know this because I had two daughters over there and they were in kindergarten and they did show and tell. Show and tell is about why my pencil is better than your pencil. And they've been doing that since they were like 5 years old. So that is the psyche of Americans. That is the personality that they're very good. They're very good, and quite rightly, at presenting themselves. So that is what you're competing against. And that is why you have to become American and develop your American character. Matt, the American character. Daniel, the American character. So that is what it took me, I think, 9 months to actually understand and be confident in, the commercial environment.
And in those 9 months, did you give yourself things to do that were going to help you, or was it more a case of just learning by doing?
It's learning by doing. I mean, I never went out there going, oh yeah, I'm going to develop an American character. It wasn't part of my thought process. It was like, I'm going to land and I'm going to figure this out. Okay. And that is ultimately what I had to do. It's only now, after 10 years of going on that journey and then coming back, my passion is helping entrepreneurs go on that chapter of the journey that I've been on. And it's only through experience that I can come back and go, right, it sounds the most stupid thing is, develop an American character. The second thing that I say to founders is, and again, it sounds really stupid, but learn American. And what I mean by learn American is understand and respect the culture that you're in. Like me and you can meet and spend 5 minutes talking about football and the weather. What are you going to do in America when you go to New Mexico and the weather's the same every single day and they don't understand what football is, or it's a pigskin to them? What are you going to talk about? So then you have to learn American to be able to get yourself kind of, a step up in those conversational early sales. You've got to relate to people. If you're selling enterprise software, if you're selling your business, they're human connections. So you've got to learn American to adapt and adjust.
Can you give me an example of how would you start a conversation with an American prospective customer of yours?
It's a shame that the Mariners got beat last night, wasn't it? Like, they did really well to get to kind of, the deciding game. Haven't won it a number of years. Toronto Blue Jays are through. Okay, first time since 1993 they're actually through to the World Series. It's going to be a great game against the Dodgers. What do you think?
So you're still referencing commonalities within culture, but completely different.
Exactly. And what that does, that allows you to respect the culture, but also kind of meet people where they are. And I think those two things are really, really important when you're raising money, selling, trying to attract talent, etc. You've got to immerse yourself in this world, because I think there's a common misconception because we speak the same languages, we're very similar. We're not. I think it's a false sense of familiarization that has happened between the UK and America. So you have to learn American, and that's going to allow you to professionally and I think personally be able to bridge that gap.